In one of my previous videos, I talked about a specific strategy that is crashing right now thanks to the Meta newest update, Gem and Andromeda. This strategy is basically built to perform specifically for this new update. We have tested the first with one client, and during October and November we have rolled out this strategy also for other of our clients, and we've seen amazing results, as you can see right now on the screen. And so in this video I basically want to show you exactly how the strategy works and what are the steps from A to Z that we follow to actually create ads that meet this new strategy that we actually call the sequencing creative strategy. Let me now jump on my screen so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is what we call the sequencing creative strategy that's delivering 3-4x ROAS for our e-commerce clients. No one is talking about this yet right now, November 25th, and guarantee that more people will actually start using this strategy because it's literally just printing for ads. Those are the results that we have generated for our clients between October to November, and I actually have specific examples of 3 different cases, from 5k to 10k a month in ad spend, from 40 to 80k a month in ad spend, and from 100 to 300k a month in ad spend, just to show you guys that this approach works on different brands, whatever the actual spend is. So let me show you the example here. This brand is spending 5k a month specifically, and this month we got a 3.24 return on the ad spend. Here the last 10 days we got a 4x ROAS with a 13k spent in around 10 days. Here we're spending around 40-50k a month, and then this is another big brand that we're spending much more. This is October, we spent 250, around 250k with a 3.31 return on the ad spend. So how does this sequencing creative strategy actually works? So this strategy is based on the newest Meta update, Gem, and if you don't know yet, Meta algorithm now doesn't optimize the single ads, as I also said in many of my other videos, but optimize the ad sequence. This is the article. You can also have a look at the article by yourself. If you search on Google Meta Gem, you will see it, and you will see this specific graph here that show you exactly how the delivery system now works. And so basically after these updates, we started to test a new setup that seemed to deliver better results based on this sequence modeling and the Wukong system that Gem uses to deliver ads. So every batch of ads we create now is a sequence. So every time we launch a new set of ads, we follow this graph here. Basically for each persona that we have, we create different angle, and then for each angle we create different ads at different user awareness stages. So what we do, basically we create at least one ad for each user awareness stage and deliver batches of 5 to 10 ads. So every time we launch new ads, every week or every 2 weeks or every month, depending on how much each brand is spending, we usually launch between 5 to 10 ads all together in one ad set, and these ads are basically spread across the user awareness stages. We never create 5 to 10 ads only for instance for the solution aware or unaware audience, but we make sure that the ads are actually spread across the different user awareness stages. And let me give you a more clear example. And by the way, the goal is to make sure that each ad connects to each other as a journey. So basically what this means is that the angle needs to be consistent, but the message needs to be shaped for different user awareness stages. So let me actually give you an example for a drink supplement brands that, let's say, helps you to improve sleep. Okay, so this is the actual process. The step number 1 is pick your persona. Okay, now for this brand specifically, this is just like an example. It's not like an existing client that we have, for instance, but just to explain you guys how it works. So first, identify your persona, avatar in this case. Let's say the tired high achiever, okay? A busy professional, 28 to 45, productivity driven, stressed, hates wasting time on complicated routines, wants a simple fix that works tonight. Okay, so this is basically the persona that we have picked for this brand. Okay, now after you have picked the persona, you go to the next step, which is the angle. Now you need to pick an angle for this persona. There might be different angles, but you need to choose one specifically that you start testing. So you pick the angle, and in this case, let's say the angle is effortless nightly ritual, big change in sleep. Okay, this is the angle that we actually want to push. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to define different messages, and the messages that we define, we need to make sure that these messages adapt to different user awareness stages. So here, for instance, they created 10 different examples of 10 different messages just to give you really what it feels like when it comes to actually creating the ads. Like, you cannot make any mistakes here, guys. Like, this is so so specific, okay? So first, unaware ads message: imagine waking up actually rested, not in a fog. Concept: aspiring future self. User awareness stage: unaware. This is an example. Then another unaware ad, and then you put another message, again for unaware audience. Then problem aware message: if your mind won't shut off at night, it's not your fault. So people know they have a problem, they don't know the solution. We show them the solution, okay? And then problem aware again. And then what we do, we basically shape different messages. So as you can see, for problem aware here, we have two messages. We have two messages for unaware, we have two messages for solution aware, we have two messages for product aware, and we have two messages for most aware. And as you can see, we also use different concepts that I can best deliver the message. The thing is that a lot of people make mistakes nowadays because basically what they do, they put a product in probably like a nice background, put an headline, and they change only the headline or the copy in the visual. But the thing is that if you keep the same background, so the same visual, the same concept for a different message, there might be a mismatch between the message and the creative and the concept. So what you need to make sure, your designer, ideally what you need to make sure is that there is a correlation between the ad concept, so the visual, and the message. Okay, a lot of brands still put the product image, headline on top, the bullet points of the benefits, and that's it. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so different concept for different user awareness stages, and you have the different messages. And then what you need to do, you basically need to create the ads. This is the fourth step. You create all the ads, 10 ads in this case, because we have 10 different messages. Okay, and then what we do, we just launch the ads. And when we launch the ads, we have two options here. If your current ad set inside the campaign that you have is performing bad, you can simply just launch the ads inside the existing ad set. If the ads is actually performing well, the ad set, already existing ad set is actually performing well, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to restore the learning of the specific ad set. So what you want to do in that case, you want to launch a new ad set inside the existing campaign with these 10 ads inside. Okay, 10 is only an example. You can do 5, you can do 10. The more you do, the best, ideally, because you have more creatives to actually test. What we see usually is that the more creatives that we have, usually the best. Sometimes we even have 20, 30, even 50. In this case, specifically here, I said that we use 5 to 10 ads, which is exactly what we're doing right now, because it's actually helping us in terms of batches. But then at the end of the day, we might have, because we keep adding creatives inside an existing ad set, what we might have is basically one ad set with different creatives inside, and every time we launch a new batch, we have this batch of ads coming inside the existing ad set. And so we have one ad set with 30, 40, 50 ads. Okay, they compete with each other. But they don't just compete with each other, they also create different journey within the actual ad set, okay? And so this actually helps to improve their performance, okay? And this is exactly what we have, guys, seen in this specific case here, okay? This is exactly what we're doing now, and this is working crazy well, actually, after the newest update, Gem and Andromeda. If you have any question, as usual, remember to leave a comment. I'll do my best to reply to everyone. That's it for this video. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.